It may be the first NFL Sunday, but it's also the U.S. Open final, so you got to feel a little bad for them. But we have Casper Ruud playing against Carlos, and again, we've been all over Ruud the entire U.S. Open. If you've been following this channel, -6.5. I believe this is in the round of 8, and then we had him in the semifinals -3.5. So I'm going to be taking you through my best bets, my picks, my predictions for this tennis matchup. You can see Ruud is a +170 underdog in the U.S. Open finals. So what I'm going to do is kind of take you through my pick, but we can start out by looking at the money line, okay? So as a sports bettor, you always want to make sure you're getting the best line, right? That is critical. So depending on what state you're located in, there will be different sports books, most likely. Right? If you're in Canada, if you're in the US, there will be different bookmakers depending on where you're located. Now, as a sharp bettor, you always want to be getting the best possible odds. If you're placing bets at, +165 on Casumo, when you could be getting +185 on BWin, you're screwed from the beginning. You need to get good prices. Otherwise, you're kind of like an investor who has to buy everything at 2 times the price. It just makes it impossible to make money. So line shopping is completely free with OddsJam. Whatever you want to look at, UFC, golf, hockey, MLB, completely free, any markets you want to browse. Now, what the OddsJam Positive EV tool does is it kind of looks at the sports betting market as a whole, scans all the odds, and says, where are the biggest discrepancies? Right? Where is a bet that the sharp bettors would be on? So for example, you can see kind of out of the millions of odds on sportsbooks, there's currently only one bet that meets the recommended filters criteria. So you shouldn't force yourself to bet if there's not a lot of bets. Right now, there's only one bet that the OddsJam system deems extremely profitable. Right? So when filters are on, this is only going to show you the most profitable bets. Right, the biggest line discrepancies that look insane to the entire market. So what you'll see is we're on Casper Ruud +3.5. So as the underdog, we're taking the +3.5 game spread on Caesar Sportsbook at +100. So why do we like this bet? And we can get into a bunch of reasons, but what you'll notice is, hey, every sportsbook is either pricing Alcaraz and Ruud, right, as a complete coin flip on this game spread, -110, -110 on Resorts World Bet and Bet Online, or they have Ruud +3.5 favored, right? You can see on WinBet, it is juiced towards the +3.5. On DraftKings, it's juiced towards the +3.5. And then on Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, it's also juiced towards the +3.5. So kind of as a data-driven, logical sports bettor, when you're looking at all of these lines next to each other, it's like, wow, Caesars is giving me +100. No other sportsbook's giving me better than -110. Most sportsbooks have this -120. That's a lot of value. That value outweighs the VIG, right? So the reason you can make money sports betting is because bookmakers have different odds. So even though all these bookmakers, they add a spread, they add the VIG into their market, sometimes they screw up so badly that their lines are so far off from the rest of the market that, the bet is profitable despite them adding in the VIG, if that makes sense. If you have questions, of course, you can comment them below. You can hop into the Discord and let us know any questions. But you can see right here, it's like Casper Ruud +3.5. This is an arbitrage bet to Pinnacle, right? Pinnacle is giving you +107 plus money on Carlos -3.5. So you could bet both Ruud +3.5 and Carlos -3.5 and make a risk-free profit. That's called arbitrage betting. And that also lets us know as a sharp bettor, wow, Casper Ruud +3.5 at +100 odds is an incredible betting opportunity. So I went ahead, I hammered it. Got to have some sweat on the U.S. Open. 2.5K on this bet. Casper Ruud +3.5. We had some NFL bets that did well so far. We had the Detroit, giving out a lot of winners today. Hopefully you were able to tail the pick on the Lions first quarter money line. They're losing the game, I believe, currently. But regardless, a good play with a lot of value at +140. That cashed. And then this was our middle bet. So anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Go ahead, lock in Casper Ruud +3.5 on the game spread. So we can see right here, as a sports bettor, like my goal, is literally place as many sharp, mathematically profitable bets as I can on a daily basis. Not every bet's going to win, but when all of your bets have a positive expected profit margin, right, there will be variance on the way up, but you're guaranteed to make money in the long run, right? So it's really about trying to place as many positive EV bets as you can, kind of on a regular basis. Like what I recommend doing is keeping these filters on, just hitting the refresh button and trying to bet everything on the page until you're at, like, say 500 bets, see what your net profit is, and I can almost guarantee you you're going to be up like 99%. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed the strategy, the US Open pick. Hopefully you're on Casper Ruud, and let's make money.